Before he became Muslim, the thing he was saying about women and men, was it right or wrong? It was right.
I don't agree with everything.
No, but some stuff was right.
Which point?
Like, for example, man has in charge, man is strong, woman submit, and woman this and that. Certain things he said was right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even though he has no Islam, why he was speaking from fitrah? Ibn Qayyim, Allah have mercy upon him, said, Allah created a fitrah. What is a fitrah? Fitrah, generally you know what is right, what is wrong. The woman, I know a non-Muslim woman, I've been dealing with farmers for years. I'll tell you something, for nearly 10 years. I mean, may Allah save me as well. It's crazy.
I don't know, Jerry Springer every day. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you got hair left. I don't know what's going on.
What we say to you, Akhi, sometimes, look, when it comes to between a husband and the wife, you have to be very cautious as well. We cannot take sides quick. Akhi, sometimes a woman make her husband like Fir'aun, and the husband make his wife like ex-wife of Iblis. It's crazy, you understand? That's why you have to be very just. That's why he should go to the court. But my point here is, our sisters there, that our brothers, if you want to have a good family, you have a household, then let us go back to DAARUSSUNNah. No red movement, no feminism.
No law, no English law.
What do you mean no English law?
Because you keep saying.
Sunnah, brother.
No, but sometimes not disregarding the law. The law is there.
Bro, it's clear what I'm saying.
The law is
Is
there.
it clear what I'm saying or not?
Yeah. But no, wait. If the brother, there's a situation happen like this. If a brother is abusing his sister physically, oppressing her, she has no family to raise. No, wait. No, let me finish before clear or unclear. Barakallah. She's allowed to seek help from the authority. She has no help.
I believe that if you're
I believe she should.
If you're able to deal with it in your community, in-house, with the Muslims, if there's
Imam,
what's the Muslim, what's the male that's in charge of
the wali, but she has no one.
Zero.
Could
she not to go to the MASJID?
I tell you, they come to MASJID, her husband said, don't get involved, he has nothing to do with you, understand? He has nothing to do with you.
Advise him.
I advise him, the guy doesn't listen.
And he was being abusive.
He was, Wallah, she was crying, I can't take it anymore. Scholars of Islam who are free from terrorism, they said she allowed to go seek help from the kuffar.
And what was his? Because there's two sides to an argument, yes or no?
What is abusing your wife sides to an argument?
No, is there two sides to a story?
What is it?
What do you mean?
What do you mean two sides?
Two sides. If she says one thing, he says something.
That's what I'm saying. I brought them there. I brought them together.
Yeah.
He's abusing her physically because he's using his power against her. There's no. I said to him, you cannot abuse your wife. Give her a reminder, okay? Even in Islam, the discipline, that to use a physical discipline, you're not allowed to harm her, break her bones, make like fighting Tyson.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying to you, when it comes down to the bare bones of it, when you say there's a disagreement between a man and a woman, I'm trying to say to you, as a husband and a wife, you're saying to me that you are the arbitrator, the referee, in fact. I'm saying alhamdulillah firstly for your efforts. For trying. Because to come, like you said, it's a dicey situation.
I try to stay away from it.
They're becoming more and more empowered by the legislation, the legal legislation.
No, you missed my point. You digress about a woman is us scholars. So I said, listen, if no one is helping her and this man keeps abusing her physically, then she's allowed.
Is he abusing her for no reason, or is he abusing her?
Okay, what reason are you going to abuse her? Except she can fight you, yes. You have allowed to.
If she comes to me with a knife and I abuse her
with a knife. She's not coming with no knife. She's not coming with no knife, brother.
I'm asking you what the scenario was.
Brother, I said to you,
if he's just doing it for nothing, then that's his problem. He needs to go to jail for that.
But he needs
to go to jail for no reason. No, he goes to jail.
Of course, even the law in Britain law. Listen, even
I'm asking you as a man.
Habib, even the British law, they tell you if your wife coming with a knife to stab you, you're allowed to fight back. I mean, be honest. Okay. So obviously, I'm not talking about that because we're talking about going back to the British law. So I'm saying in some situation, because even the British law, they tell you to go back to Imam. They ask you, they tell me, because I'm about. There's a sister called them. Well, they told us, I said, go, Imam, to speak to them. To ask me.
Can I ask you?
I was surprised, you know, this poor is
genuine problem, yeah? Genuine
I don't know his name, by the way.
Bro, genuine problem, yeah? You know, like, for me, you're saying that the problem is with the men. For me, the problem...
What did I say?
You said the problem is with the men in the country.
I didn't say that.
You said both sides.
They said there's some problem with the men too. That's what I said.
Some and some.
Yeah, that's what I said.
For me, the majority...
You cannot free men from responsibility.
Of course not. I would never...
That's my point.
What I'm saying is, the majority of the issues is that men and women are getting into a legal agreement, a marriage, a legal agreement. He has his rights, she has her rights. Yeah. But in this country, for me, the females, they're allowed to break their
you're not.
Let me finish. Women are allowed clearly to break their agreement, their legal agreement. Like, for instance, to give sex to her husband, for me, I understand it Islamically, is the man's right to take sex from his wife. But in England,
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Let me just are you saying, what do you mean by that? Clarify that.
Well, when a man and woman in Islam are married, if he asks her to do her duty and come to bed with him, then that's her right to do this. I mean, his right.
Yeah, no,
I'm saying to you, the legislation that governs the UK says that he doesn't have the right to impose that on her. And I'm saying to you, women are using...
no, we have to step by step to understand. When they say you don't have the right to impose, they mean physically or Islamic teaching, the end of Islamic teaching, that Prophet Muhammad said in the hadith, that if the husband, and by the way, they make it clear to you, because many people use hadith, feminists use it to abuse Islam, and the man use it to abuse Muslim women. Yes? This hadith, the ulama mentioned, not any man. A man that fulfills the right of his wife and condition his wife, she's not tired, not sick, nothing, then she rejects, then it's haram upon her. You understand? No doubt about that.
So then the solution for me, again, I'm asking you, because when a man and woman come at odds with this scenario,
yes,
the law is making them go to this default mechanism. I'm a woman, I have the choice, you cannot tell me anything, you cannot ask me, you cannot even influence me to give you what you're asking for. You're in a full-time contract, but actually I can renege on all of the values of the contract whenever I want, how I want, and not give you when you ask me.
She's not true Muslim, this woman.
That's it.
Yeah, I believe
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
What I said, Habibi, listen. The reason I disagreed with you on some issues, you said, do you believe the problem only woman? You said yes.
Not only woman.
So I said, how can you go back? You said all problems for women.
I said go back.
You said it only woman. But we know you didn't mean that.
Yeah, of course.
We know you didn't mean it though.
If I said only, I apologize. That's not what I meant. None of my points led to only.
That's why I said, to clarify.
I said this I said the majority of the problems, and I said majority. The majority of the issues within marriage here is with the woman.
With divorces,
because they've
suppose I mentioned that same thing. I'm not about this country, but suppose I mentioned it in general. No, suppose I mentioned it in general, not this country. Suppose when he was asked, he said, why? Because the woman now wants to become challenging a man.
No, not challenge, more powerful.
That's how it is.
It's a fight for authority.
And
the authority, exactly. The dominance. They want to dominate the men. With the law. So I'm saying to you, this is clear cut.
When something's not black and white, it's not clear, like someone's coming to attack you. Let's say you're having kids and she wants to go back to work. Now you're forced to leave your job and look after the kids. So you want to be the Emir in the relationship, and you want to say to her, listen, I want you to stay at home and look after the kids, so I can go to work because I earn more than you, for example. She goes, no, I don't want to listen.
Guys, even if
you can't enforce your right. Even between me and you, you have rights, I have rights. I have to respect you. There's the fear of violence. There's the fear of the law. So me and you, we have common respect for each other because there's something underpinning our relationship that I have to fear your rights and you have to fear my rights.
No, but if you're a true believer, both of you,
yeah, but
then you don't. That's what I'm saying. That's why it goes back to what? No. Why do you? That's what I'm saying. What you need to look for, a woman, she's righteous, fear Allah, and look for a man, or my sisters look for a man that is righteous and fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, that's what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to marry a man that fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said to the woman, why? Because if he's not happy with her, he will not oppress her. You understand? So yes, okay, that's why these issues, my brothers, just to conclude, if you want to make a longer, no problem, but these issues of judging between man and woman, me myself, I try to stay away from it. Because it's a hectic, akhi. Literally, akhi, sometimes the man tells the story, the woman tells the story, and what is the worst now, what's happening? Some sisters go in line, start exposing the ex-husband. Issues, akhi, which is personal. The brother of the
there has to be, listen,
and the brother says those same things.
There's no solution to this, and you're clearly saying, listen, I don't even want to be part of the solution. This is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I'm trying to ask you.
You know why I said that? Do you know why? Because I'll tell you why. When you get involved, if you say, look, I take the side of, imagine you said to the sister, look, because that's what we do, we ask scholars first. I've asked scholar, and the sheikh, he said, look, to the brother, you can leave your wife. Or then what they do, they want to go back, because they miss each other. Who they blame? It happened many times. Oh, the brother divorced my wife. Oh, he divorced me with my husband. Wallahi, one brother was with me. He said to sister, you're lying. The brother in front of us. Call the sheikh said it. Understand? That's why some brothers, you know, the brothers of Salafiyah, they don't have to get involved anymore. A lot of lies on them online, yeah. So wallahi, you in a situation, it's crazy, akhi. You understand? So what you do, your best advice, be patient, sister, be patient, brother. Try to overlook. You know, overlook is very important, you understand? And that's my point. My point is, get married to a sister that fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if she tries to use the law against you, and you believe she's oppressing you, then listen, here we have to stop, take care of yourself, and Allah is my witness.
Bro, you lose everything
lies
at that point. You've lost everything. Do you know what I'm saying?
Lost what?
At that point, when you say take care of yourself and you go, you lost your kids, you lost your house, another man moves into your house. It's too much to lose. That's why sisters are still single. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why, no, but what I'm saying, this is why sisters are complaining now of being single, 27, 28, 30. They're all online on Muzmatch. They're all single. Because guys, I don't want to commit to a girl. I want to get married. I want to fulfill my dream. I've got too much to lose, actually.
But you know, have you dealt with families before? You? I'm doing something serious, but that's what I don't understand. Brother, I agree with what you say, women, but likewise, brothers, they don't want to take responsibilities. Yes, right.
Bro, wallahi, I want to take responsibility.
I'm married. Are you married?
I'm divorced.
How long have you been married for?
I was married for 10 years.
Okay, now, okay, for 10 years you've been married, yeah? Okay, I don't want to go to personal issues, yeah? But what I'm saying, that I came across brothers, they got married and divorced, they got married and divorced. When he noticed that marriage is not a joke, it's a responsibility. I can't be chilling with brothers till 4 o'clock in the morning. You understand? My wife's gonna
He's a young man.
Huh?
He's a young man.
I don't know what is younger, again, 25 is a big
So in my understanding, in this country, men don't mature. They don't mature
that's true.
until their late 30s, early 40s. That's a fact.
That's true, I agree. That's why they teach you, because of the law.
The bubble that we're in.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't wake up.
Like back home, I was 10 years old. When I was 10 years old, I used to go to the market at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting stuff, and I had my own table. When I was 10 years old. When I came to this country and they tell me, listen, 16, you know, 16 and the age and you do crimes, they will treat you as a child. I said, I love it, man. I know I'm not a child. I'm fully aware. Go on, understand? And I was thinking, well, I'm loving it. That's why back home, when we say Aisha got married, when we say to the non-Muslims in the Western world, Aisha got married at the age of 9, they try to look, yeah, brother, 9 years old back home is a big man, big woman. They do transaction business and that.
3-4 jobs.
Right. There's my neighbor who was 10 years old. He used to sell bags, you know, plastic bags. You sell them, carry bags, yeah? And what happened in night time? He's helping in the storage.
That's why
brother, he's a warrior, this guy.
I said that's very good advice because other countries will let you know there's a difference between your ignorant opinion and the rest of the world getting on with life. Yeah. You know, so to me there's a big difference.
But bro, what I'm saying is, women these days, yeah, at the age that we are, men, like guys like me, bro, I'm single. But I'm a real guy. I've never had a girlfriend and I never will. First girlfriend, I'm gonna get married. You get me? But what?
Islamically is right. Islamically is right.
But I'm still single. No, forget that point. That's not the point. Brother, that's not the point.
Have a
girlfriend. No, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. That's not my point. Wait. I'm trying to get married as well. Habibi, brother, listen. By the way, I'm trying to get married. That's what I'm trying to do. No. I'm trying to leave you did it. No, you did it. No, brother. Brother, you did it. You did it. You said, Alhamdulillah, I'm divorced.
No, because I'm
you're not single.
I didn't put him off marriage.
Don't get distracted by that.
Did I put you off marriage?
No, you didn't. I want to get married. That's what I'm saying. But bro, and I've got to be very careful because I cannot enforce my rights. I have too much to lose. You get me?
You cannot enforce
I cannot enforce my rights.
Are you scared?
So if she gets emotional, actually listen, I've met girls. I've tried to get to know girls. They see halal and haram different to you, depending on their perspective.
But where you looking? Where you looking?
In our generation,
I'm not a guy.
What I'm saying, Habibi, look for yeah?
That's it.
Well, I tell you,
Their perspective. She might see it halal, and I might be like,
you know what,
that's my opinion.
I understand what the brother
I
saying.
understand that, no doubt.
Because he's saying
wait. I'll tell you something.
there's a lot on the
I was
line.
in the first prayer. Listen.
Hard life.
Jamal, listen. I was in the first prayer, yes? Before I got married, yeah? A brother spoke to me, said, Shamsi, don't get married in this country. That was Emir. This was back in 2009 or 8, yeah? Allah alladhi la ilaha ghayruh wa la rabba siwa. He was advising me. He said, look, if you get married, wallahi, look, you protect your child. He said that. Wallahi, I live the masjid thinking something haram again. Wallahi, do you know why? But I remember what he was doing completely wrong. Because Prophet Muhammad said there's khair in this ummah. I've been married for now how many years? Nearly 12 years. I love my wife, alhamdulillah. She's mashallah, good woman. Wallahi, she give me my right better than I give her right. She give me my right. You know, whatever happened in the future, I said to her, look, what happened in the future, I will say to her, I will say to brothers, if divorce happened, may Allah protect us, I will say to brothers, I was wrong. I will give her a right the way she should have. You understand? But my point here is, Akhi, don't have this mentality. Remember, we have khair in this ummah. Pray istikhara and look who makes dua. There's khair in brothers and there's khair in sisters. This mentality of, what they call it in despairing or pessimistic, yeah? Be optimistic, brother. تفاؤل النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام كان متفائل. بارك الله فيك.
But the side effect of being careful is that sisters are still single. So it leads them to haram. 27, 28, 30, bro, 31, and single, bro. This is what feminism has caused. What I'm trying to say, my point is, what I'm trying to get to is that feminism, the side effect, has affected the sisters more than it affected the
targeting the women. Of course. They're not targeting the men. They know they can't come to the men, bro.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Is that because they push for this feminism, we're like, cool, khalas, do your thing, we don't want to get married. Now they're suffering.
No, brother, wait.
Now they're suffering.
As much as we are.
Yeah, but even the good sisters are suffering. Even the good sisters are suffering.
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, because
now.
what happened is it just been...
Have your rights.
Yeah.
Have your rights.
I understand where you're coming from.
No referee, no, it's impossible. How you gonna even learn the laws and the legislation? Did you know, to give your wife flowers in this country, to give your wife flowers for the sole purpose to have sex with her. For the sole purpose to have sex with her.
It's prostitution.
To have intimacy with your wife. If you give her flowers for the sole purpose to have intimacy with her, it's tantamount to bribery. And bribery is tantamount to rape. Men are getting found for rape in a court in this country. For giving flowers to your wife for sex, for intimacy.
Because they see us like prostitution.
So you're going to give her a gun?
That's what I'm trying to say.
To shoot you?
How are you going to help him navigate?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You say even the moms, even the learned ones, the scholars are saying, listen, we're not involved.
Some issues
So what's the solution? You're either part of the problem or part of the solution.
But what I'm saying,
and all I'm hearing is, listen, hey, I don't want to get
I
involved.
don't get involved. You know why? Not because
for me it's scary. Because I know that I found love, bro, and I was happy to be married. And even I would never take it back. I would never take back this 10 years. Wallahi, some of the most happiest times of my life is to be married. You never understand the relationship between a woman and how important it is for a woman to give you that softness in your heart. You understand? Even within the Quran, within the Sunnah of Prophet ﷺ, speaks about that it can be your way to paradise. You understand what I'm saying? Coming to understand women and their attributes and their softness and even their how they're bent like the rib. Bro, there's major benefits with it. I'm telling you, learn the game. Learn the rules of any game. Learn, if you're playing football, learn the offside trap. Because there's many traps in there. And that's what marriage is here.
Brothers, let me
I will never put you off marriage. I want it for you, bro. I don't want you walking around single and doing whatever God knows what. I don't want that for you, bro.
What we have to understand, look, we are Muslims at the end of the day, okay? Barakallahu feekum. Marriage is part of Islam. I understand that you guys scared and so on, but what I'm saying, when you're talking about the brothers, imams, they don't want to get involved, not only because of sisters, like the brothers. Like when a brother threatens Imam that he will bring his friend and run up on his house. The sisters not gangsters, the sisters gangsters as well. But this is the reality. That's what I'm saying, akhi. The sisters getting scared because they know getting married to some brothers, they don't give them their rights, they're abusive as well. My point here is, you two, akhi, I'm speaking based on experience, yes? And me personally, maybe you took it from a non-Islamic point of view, like overall Muslim woman, non-Muslim woman, I understand. But as for in the Muslim community, you cannot just blame women. We have to blame men too. They take responsibility. No, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Emir, all of us. Emir, barakallah, get me out here. My point here is that we as Muslims, when it comes to issues which are very complicated, and because you don't want to fall into haram, your man that you want to get married. So sometimes, akhi, be honest person. You don't have to be because they gonna try to trick me. I'm gonna learn the law how to trick them. Be honest because Allah will aid. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just giving you general advice. Before Maghrib, I'm saying be honest person. You know, try all of us. We have our own struggles. I'm not saying the best example. I have my own struggles. Well, understand, akhi. You know, I do wrong to my wife. You know, may Allah forgive me. She does wrong to me. May Allah forgive her. You know, but how I live with her according to the Quran and Sunnah, what Prophet Muhammad teach us is to overlook. So the point here to conclude with. If there's issues like that, I ask the sisters, brothers, go back to scholars, go back to experts, go back to student of knowledge. They will give you the best advice. You understand, akhi? Because sometimes as a brothers, young brothers, as all of us young here, sometimes we can get emotional, sometimes we can be biased and this and that. So akhi, pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala istikhara and look for a sister. One of the signs that you know is a good sister, that she's very respectful to her parents.
The way she treats her father is the way she's going to treat you.
Very good, you know, she's always saying home, that's a good sign. You understand? Except if she has to provide, you know, in the Western world, and you sometimes said, akhi, my family, no one works. I have to go and have my parents and so on. But alhamdulillah, when she got married, she stopped. Alhamdulillah. So we ask her to bless our sisters and our brothers and to save our brothers and sisters from every evil thing. May Allah bless you all. May Allah forgive us. Barakallah.
I need to check to you what the comment is.
You're looking for a sister?
No. I want to